Hello class, welcome to Advanced Engineering Physics or ES12 course orientation. So the objective of this orientation is to discuss how to start the course in Moodle or at our LMS account. And then of course, it's to orient you about the course, the content, the topic. So first, we need to discuss again the university vision, mission, and the core values. So University Vision, a globally engaged university excelling in science, engineering, and the arts. The university mission is that Caraga State University endeavors to produce globally competitive and socially responsible human capital towards the sustainable and inclusive development of Caraga region and beyond. So we have the core values, competence, service, and uprightness. Next is the college goals. Um, Produce globally competitive graduates who are passers of licensure examinations and manifesting high ethical standards with concerns for the society and the environment. Next, to provide continuing education programs for competency enhancement of engineering and allied professionals. To establish mutually beneficial linkages with local and international agencies and institutions for collaborative works in instruction, research, innovation, extension, and technopreneurship focused on regional and national priority areas for sustainable and inclusive development. And lastly, to continually improve the delivery of services to ensure relevance and compliance to standards and regulatory requirements. Now, let's begin to discuss how will you start in Moodle or access in Moodle. So, in your dashboard, makakita ganin mo in Ani. So, we have here um, ES12, Advanced Engineering Physics, colored blue. So, may siya no, under Electronics Engineering course. Next is, if imo na siyang i-click, ang sulod niya is that welcome message. So, welcome to ES12 Advanced Engineering Physics. And then the contents are this one. So, we have introduction, vectors, the Newton's law of motion, work and energy, conservation of energy, gravitation, systems of particles, collision, statics, and elasticity. So that would end for our midterm topics. And then after that is a midterm examination. And then the part, final examination, final topics part na sab. So we have dynamics of rigid bodies. We have oscillation, waves, fluid mechanics, heat, thermodynamics, electrostatic potential and energy. And we have electricity, magnetism, and then the final examination. So as you can see, we have here final concerns because I will katang na yung mga kulang no at the end of the semester. So pwede na ako dira na post ang mga concerns. But anyways, that would be the content in our Moodle. So ang mga subtopics or mga tulad ani niya na topics will be uploaded from time to time in our LMS. So now let's meet the mentor. So I am Engineer Rose Kilomoste. I am an electronics engineer, also an electronics technician. So I am also a safety officer too, a FM station engineer at 89.5 DXSM FM, and at the same time an instructor here at Caraga State University. So now let's proceed to course information. So this course, the Advanced Engineering Physics, consists of 4 units. So we have 3 units lecture and 1 unit laboratory. So the 3 units lecture is composed of 3 hours per week, and the 1 unit is equivalent to 3 hours per week. So we have here the prerequisite is Math 13. So I hope kamo tanan nakapas na og Math 13. And then the co-requisite is the Physics 20, which means dapat gi-enroll ninyo ang Physics 20 karon pod. So the total contact hours is 108 hours. That would be 54 hours for the lecture and then 54 hours for laboratory. So we have 18 weeks. The ninth week is the midterm examination and the 18th week is the final examination. So overall, we have 18 weeks in total. Course description. This course is intended for electronics engineering students. Again, only electronics engineering students ang na-IES 12 to know or review topics and vectors. So, mostly siguro ano is nakaagi na sa ilahang high school or sa first year na mga physics, no? But we need to review on that and give further knowledge about it. So we have here vectors, kinematics, dynamics, work, energy, and power, impulse and momentum, rotation, dynamics of rotation, elasticity and oscillation, fluids, thermal expansion, thermal stress, heat transfer, calorimetry, waves, electrostatics, electricity, magnetism, optics, image formation by plane and curved mirrors, and image formation of thin lenses. So actually, this course is like an introductory course to all general engineering sciences. No, we tackle on statics, dynamics, fluid mechanics. We have thermodynamics, and then we also tackle in electricity. So grabe ka broad no ang kanina course. But hopefully magkasinabot rata towards the semester no. Kasinabot rata nata sa topics. But anyways, let's move on to the top the continuation of the description. So it is composed of 54 hours lectures and 54 hours laboratory. So motong ang total is 108 hours. So all the materials such as lecture videos, lecture notes, and problem exercises or those atong gamiton ng mga quizzes no, will be uploaded in Moodle. All the lectures and corresponding mode of assessment will be given online. So, wala pa man tayo further notice if pwede ba tayo maka face-to-face. So, all the requirements, all the assessments will be uploaded online. So, we have quizzes, problem sets, and major examinations. We also have laboratory exercises. So, will be given to students enrolled in this course to assess their learning and capabilities. So, actually, as you notice, dapat na siya laboratory, no? The laboratory hours was intended because the course topics or the outline mismo niya is taas kaayo, no? So, within 3 hours, dili gid siya matakol tanan. Imagine the statics, in sa amo na time statics kay ga ano na siya one semester, dynamics one semester. So, since introduction naman ni siya, introductory with gamay nga deep, no? So, muna siya ang laboratory na hours are used for the kanang matakol tanang topics. So, pero mag-laboratory exercises gihapon ta. Next is the topic outlines. So, we have in midterm, we have the vectors, Newton's law of motion, work and energy, conservation of energy, gravitation, a system of particles, collision, and statics and elasticity. So for finals, so we have dynamics and rigid bodies, oscillation, waves, fluid mechanics, heat, thermodynamics, electrostatic potential and energy, electricity, and of course the magnetism. So these are the course materials. These are all available in Google, not site, Google Sites or any the PDF can be downloaded online. In short, so we have here the fundamentals of physics by the 10th edition, and then we also have physics for engineers and scientists. We also have here physics for scientists and engineers, Grubb's basic electronics. We also have basic electricity by Chom's outline, and the other course materials. So next is the grading criteria. 30% would be for midterm examination and 30% for final examination, which means we have the total of 60% for major examinations. So, muna siya ang equivalent sa 60%, no? 30% for midterm, 30% for finals. We have 15% for quizzes and 15% for problem sets and 10% for laboratory activities. So actually, for lectures, we have 75%. So that would be the major examinations and quizzes. And the laboratory is 25%. So that 25% will be divided into problem set and laboratory activities. Because again, part of the hours intended for laboratory are used for the lectures due to taas kayo ang coverage, no? So with that, part of those lectures is the problem sets, which be set as the activities na pod, no? Gitawag lang siya problem sets, it's because for me, ang terms lang sa problem set is, ano lang nako is, daghan na siya nga topic, then gitibo, no, of quizzes. So, sample problems. So, more po siya laboratory activities in lectures. Next is we do to behavioral dimension for the evaluation of major examination. So, we have cognitive learning domain. So, the knowledge, comprehension, analysis, and application. And then it is subdivided into midterms and finals. So we have knowledge for midterm and finals are both 20%. The comprehension is also both 20%. Application is both 10% and analysis is 50%. A total of 100%. Next is the course policies and management. So the academic integrity. Each student in this course is expected to abide by academic integrity. Any work submitted by a student in this course for academic credit will be the student's own work. If you have any doubts about that, constitutes a violation of academic integrity or any other issue related to academic integrity, please ask me directly, no? Actually, there are cases na wala siya nag-abide sa katong academic integrity, no? We have here a case of student na nagsubmit siya og answer for examination na the same sa iyang classmate, as in the same rigid siya mali, the same siya and subjected for that one, no? Medyo conflict pa to siya karon. So hopefully, please do your work na lang, no? Kanang kung unsa dyan ang imuhang gi-submit, make sure na imuha para wala tay lain na errors. Circulating or selling class materials, that would be forbidden. All course materials available at the Moodle site or Google Classroom or other modes are subject for intellectual property. So you can just baligya ko ni, na? Ako answer baligya ko ni. Next is accommodations for students with disabilities. Students with disabilities your access in this course is important. So please submit your SWD or PWD certificate early in the semester so that we have adequate time to arrange your approved academic accommodations. If you need immediate accommodations for equal access, please send a message to me, of course, again. You can PM, no? You can send me messages through Messenger. And we also have the LMS account, so you can also message me at our LMS. Next is the attendance and absences. So if there are situations where I will require attendance, students will be informed ahead of time. So like for example, next meeting gusto kong mag-synchronous classes. So I will inform you ahead of time, no? Kaya para makaandam og data, makaandam og network connection, makaandam og excuse. Some of its guidelines are subject for deliberation with all majority of the students. So again, ato man ang sabton pod ang uban, no? Kung unsa ang kadaghanan. So next is the formative and summative assessment. So we have problem set quizzes and the laboratory activities and then the major examinations. So problem sets will be given which are reflected in the course schedule. Students will be informed if there are any changes regarding the topics, coverage, and schedule of submissions. So what I do last time is that every time nag-upload ko og new lectures, I will inform to koan sa atong GC pod, no? Para katong panagsara maka data, panagsara maka internet, they know na already kung naaba sila i-open or basig wala dai ko gi-post. No? Next is quizzes will be given which are reflected in the course schedule. Announcement of quizzes is a week or day or days before the actual assessment day. So, pwede po pagkaugma quiz tayo. Major examinations, the midterm and final. So, major examinations will be held online, of course. Week 9 and week 18 are the projected schedules for midterm and final examination respectively. But, if ever na ay mostly either mag-una ta or ma-delay ta sa um, departmental exams, no? Kay mostly is na pa may departmental examinations. So, apil na sa ato ang i-base. Next, problem sets will be given to students not less than a week before the deadline. Students must strictly follow the instructions given and shall submit their works not later than the scheduled deadline. Failure to do so will result in deduction of points. Mostly, I'm not so strict with the submission deadlines, no? Kasi what I did last time is hold throughout the requirements for the midterm na coverage, like mga problem sets, aside sa quizzes, no? Kay basin mag-synchronous quizzes na. But for mga problem sets and activities, mostly pag covered na siya sa midterm exam, after midterm ang deadline, no? Para pwede ra ninyo tib-on. So, pero kamo gyapon maglisod. Quizzes will be given which are reflected in the course schedule. Announcement of quizzes is a week or day or days before the actual assessment day. Student must submit their works not later than the scheduled deadline. Failure to do so will result in deduction of points. In quizzes involving problem solving, students must strictly follow the instructions given. So for quizzes, they usually same sa problem sets no nga every end na after midterm examination or final examinations na on deadlines. It's because na quizzes na required siya as completion for that specific topic, no? So mostly ato ram pud nang i-announce no kung na siya deadline na specific, like one day lang to siya na quiz or ano. So anyways, mana siya. So for major exams, major exams are set to be in online. Any valid reasons for being unable to comply are subjects for deliberation in both parties. So it's been for students and the instructor. So mostly ang ginabuhat na ko ani is that I'll require the student to submit a letter addressed to me, and then content would be explanation why nganong wala siya ka-take during that scheduled time, and then you need to have a valid reason, of course, no, kasi naglaag ra day mo nga time. Students will be informed on their assessment ratings on the announced date of release. And grade status after every major exam will also be released for them to assess their current standing, using their ID number as their identities. Next is the incomplete grade and scholastic standing. So an IEC is given only to a student whose class standing throughout the semester is passing, but fails to appear for an examination or complete all requirements for the course due to a valid reason. So again, tagaan lang kag INC kung pasar nakadaan and then naalang kay kulang, no? Next is a student whose final general average falls at 55 to below 60. So below 60 but more than 55 shall be subjected to instructor's evaluation, or a removal examination may or may not be given. So next is the academic dishonesty will not be tolerated. So any student found to have participated in academic dishonesty will receive a 5.0 in the course and may be subject for further disciplinary action. The State Institute Code of Conduct prohibits students from committing the following acts of academic dishonesty. So academic fraud, copying of allowing one's work to be copied, fabrication or falsification, sabotage of others' work, and then the substitution. Or taking an exam for someone else, no substitution, among others. So next is the examinations. So examinations are integral components of instructions and shall be administered by the instructors for the purpose of evaluating students' performance, subject to applicable academic policies and standards of the university. An integrated schedule of the major examinations shall be prepared by the BPAA with the deans of the different colleges and the university registrar. So examinations are given 2 times a semester. We have the midterm examination and the final examination. So depending lang po na sa instructors, no, there are some instructors who wouldn't need final examinations as assessment, but in return na sila ipabuhat na projects or ano. No, it's depende lang na siya sa instructor. So we are given 2 times. So we have midterm examination and then the final examinations. Next, students are allowed to take a special examination under the following conditions. Requests for special examination shall through the concerned instructor directly due to unavailable circumstances, no, such as serious illness, death in the family, or accident. No? So any valid reason. Request should not be later than 2 weeks from the scheduled examination. So, dapat mag-request ka after dayon, no? Or before 2 weeks after the from the scheduled examination. Why? Pero dili pasabot na nag-request na ka, mag-exam na dayon ka, no? Depende po na sa ato ang time na gi-allocate. Like for example, for me, mostly pag mag-special examination sa ako is online synchronous, no? So, I will schedule date of examination nga kanang walay klase, no? Kay para whole hours siya online. Kay it's because open camera man jud ang special examinations ako. So muna siya ang dapat magpa-schedule kadaan, it's because kinahanglan pa na natatagaan og lain na po na schedule. It is the discretion of the faculty concerned to give a different set of examination from what was given to those students during the regular schedule. So muna siya, no? Dili pasabot na midterm examination wala ka ka-take and then same lang gyapon ka og exam sa nag-take during that time, no? Dili pasabot na inana na siya permanente. So we have the authority para mag-change sa inyong examination. Next is the grading system. Like that. So the academic performance of students shall be evaluated and graded at the end of each term in accordance with the student handbook for undergraduate students. The course instructor is the sole authority to determine the grades of students based on the policies on grading system. In the absence of the course instructor, the department chairperson shall be responsible to facilitate. The grading system shall be informed using number grades in multiples of 0.25 from 1 to 5, where 1 is the highest and 3 is the lowest passing grade. Next is at the end of the semester, students receive a final grade for their enrolled courses. So we have the final grades and their percentage equivalent as follows. So 97 to 100%, that would be 1. So 93 to below 97, so that would be 98.9 would be 1.25. 89 to 93 is 93 to below 97 is 1.25. Then 89 to below 93 is 1.5. We have 85 to below 89 is 1.75. 80 below 85 is 2. 75 to below 80 is 2.25. 70 to below 75 is 2.5. We have 65 to below 70 is 2.75. And 60 to below 65 is 3. 55 to below 60 are subject for instructor's evaluation. So, depende kung unsay among i-require. Like, for example, we require removal examination baron or project baron, anything, no? But it is subject for instructor's evaluation. And then below 55, that would be 5. So other modes of online learning is the Moodle or the LMS. We have the Google Classroom and the Messenger. So the Google Classroom, mag-post lang siguro ka na sa link, no? And then Messenger, all na that would be posted at the Moodle. Ako pa nang i-post sa Messenger, no? Para ma-orient daan ang mga students nga na sila kailangan i-open. And then, next is for your concerns, pwede ra mo mag-message sa ato ang LMS, no? You can message me directly or sa Messenger or sa inyong mga GC, no? I believe na nagit mo GC kay. O pala ta nag-start, naghimo na sila GC. Salamat kayo, Ana. So, another thing is that maybe napaspasan na kayo mo na sa course orientation. Sorry for that. It's because one of the complaints sa mga students no is kanang mataas gid ang video kay lisod kay i-download lisod kay. So atong paningkamutan niya mabuo ang video. So sunod na mga lectures ato na siyang ipangkat no per topic subtopics. Pero ang course orientation lisod gyud siya putlon. So pasensyahin na lang ang 30 mga 30 minutes ka pen siguro ni. And then another thing is that background noises no. Naging na nato So sa mga iro og sa mga manok. See? So that's it. So I'll see you at the next topic. And then I'll announce later na lang if ever I'll do synchronous. And we also have the survey for that. So please wait for the link, no? For that and the course syllabus actually. So I will discuss the course syllabus at the other presentation lang. So that will be all and see you at the next topic.